Welcome to West Coast Property Bros. Today is at District 5. We are heading into a freehold detached land that's sitting on a land size that's close to about 9,000 square feet. If you're hunting for a detached plot, which is less than 10% of the overall landed population right here in D5, you might be in for a treat. Journey to the West.
Yes.
This is what we're doing, 2022. Today, follow Property Bros on this landed home tour. Let's go. First up, I need you to check out this pool first because that is definitely one of the luxury of having a landed detached plot. Now, we are sitting on a land size of 8,934 square feet. Current build up is from the previous era. That means that you have full-on potential of how you want to reconfigure and rebuild this home. Right now, this is a freehold status, and something that's very unique on West Coast Road is that there are only 6 detached homes sitting on this entire street. So in terms of the land plot usage and segregation, D5 is in a very unique status because this entire zoning right here, they're all sitting on a 3.5 story land plot, which means that right now, the current build-up is only at about 3,000 plus square feet of build-up area with a 2-story status right now. Once you build up to 3.5 story, you can potentially go up to about 10,000 plus square feet of built-in area. Land size nowadays, like this one, is extremely rare because firstly, it's close to 9,000 square feet. Secondly, it's not overly huge, which might burst your overall quantum. This is asking for about $13 million. We have a land dimension of about 20 to 22 meters in terms of width. The depth is about 37 to 38 meters, and that is the beauty because this is almost like a huge squarish plot. Let me bring you to this part here. I think what's beautiful is that this is currently being done in a resort style fashion. You're facing towards the north direction, back of the house is south, and then the east and west is on the left and right hand side. Right now, I think this house looks pretty much like an old charm. Very nice built, structurally sound as well. Just have a look at the car porch area. This can easily park 2 cars right here. In terms of the car porch maintenance, in terms of its motorized gate, this is actually very suitable for even immediate move-in that you don't really have to rebuild right now. And step out of 2 meters on the side gardens right here. This is also fully decked all the way from this portion to the backyard area. The side garden on the other end is also beautifully done up. Later as we head in, there are a total of 5 bedrooms and 6 baths. 4 bedrooms are upstairs, 1 huge granny room on level 1. All the bedrooms are en suite, and there's an add-on common bathroom right there on level 1 as well. You have a beautiful living room, split living dining concept, open, wet kitchen, and of course a huge backyard zoning. Alright, so as you can see, the 2 main doors, pretty huge and wide. Very nice classic door at the moment we enter. Just have a look on my right hand side. You get the side garden view from here. And then as we flip over, you have this huge space over at this direction. And technically speaking, in the day, you don't have to on any lights. You don't have to on your fans even because you can just open up cross vent from 4 different directions. And that's the beauty of having a detached land plot. This kind of width are hard to come by. Let's say if a developer were to purchase a huge land and then segregate and amalgamate them into, let's say, a detached plus 2 semi-D, the minimum requirement for the width is that it must be 10 meters. Depth is about 40 meters. All in, as long as there's about 400 square meters, that can form a detached status. This one, if you were to look at it, 20 to 22 in terms of width, that's almost double of the requirement that is needed for a detached home. Depth is about 37, 38. On one of the tail end, it even stretches up to close to about 40. So you have a very huge rectangle, very regular plot that you're sitting on, and that gives you a lot of benefit in terms of its design. And the moment you sit down, you realize that you get to enjoy this entire pool deck. You can watch your kids play, you can open up the entire sliding panel windows, and then you can sit around the pool area or even have barbecue parties right here. Now the owners have also done a screen right there. That gives you additional privacy screen. Now the wall is already pretty high. Right opposite us, this is the project called Sorrento. We sold 2 units here before if you've watched our home tour since a couple of years back. But the good thing is that because of this screen, when you are swimming right there, and of course with the tinted glass, you get to enjoy your level of privacy that you need. Now in terms of the wall line, as mentioned, it's all solid wall, so anybody that's walking outside cannot see into your home. So all these are beautifully planned. And as mentioned, there are only 6 detached homes right here. So left and right side in terms of our neighbors, they're also enjoying the detached land status. Now, if you were to look at the West Coast region, this is part of District 5. It stretches all the way to the Pasir Panjang region as well. So, of course, towards Pasir Panjang Hill right there, there's the existing Haw Par Villa MRT station, which is the Circle Line, and that brings you up towards One North. That also brings you up towards Buona Vista interchange together with the East-West line. You also get to go downwards towards Harbourfront that you can then exchange with North-East line as well. So, if you drive, you can just drop your kids down at either Haw Par MRT station or you can just head over towards Clementi MRT station as well. Tons of buses right there on both lanes. And this part of West Coast used to be known as the Japanese community area because back then, in the early days, a lot of Japanese expatriates, they were occupying this area. And right now, there's also a very great mix of expatriate schools right here, including Japanese school, international school, and of course, a lot of local primary and secondary schools as well. And it also enjoys the next upcoming Greater Southern Waterfront in terms of its development. Actually, right in front, as you head towards the West Coast area, West Coast Park, and of course the very famous McDonald's right there, the entire port region is going to shift to Tuas, and that is part of the Greater Southern Waterfront for the next 10 to 15 years. And thus, in terms of proximity to town, a lot of people enjoy that proximity through West Coast Highway as well as MCE towards the town area. Before we head up to the dining zone, you will get to see that you have this additional storage right here within a living area. So this is quite a deep storage over at this direction. You also have the shoe storage zoning right here as well. So it's pretty deep. Of course, this is like a welcome zone. You have like a nice day bed over at this direction, some bookshelves area. So tons of space right there on level 1. Even under the stairway, you have an area that's currently being used as an open gym. Right on top of us, this will be a very suitable landing if you want to create a platform lift. Of course, when you want to create a platform lift, you need to apply through a PE builder and of course get authorities approval from BCA as well. You also have sliding panel glass doors here that allows you to open up. That brings you out to a side garden. There are quite a couple of existing small miniature trees right here that is nice. Pretty cool area. A little area for your kids to play soccer here. The deck up area continues over there towards the backyard zoning with a barbecue pit right there. So as you can see from the structure at the back, quite a full solid structure, 2-story. Something to know about detached land is that the front setback has to be 7.5 meters, side setback 2 meters each. So at the back is about 2 meters as well. And then as we head in, of course, when you do a rebuild, you can level up the entire place. Nowadays, in the modern context, most owners, they will want to have a level up segregation. As you can see, beautiful dining space right here. And to point out a little bit is that currently it's being done with ducted aircons. They're still in fantastic condition. This is the space to a storeroom that's pretty big. It can be almost like the size of a granny room, but of course right now there's a lot of stuff that's being kept inside as well. This will then lead you to the side garden over here, which is fantastic. I just love this canopy right here. That gives you an additional layer of privacy from your neighbors. Even the back, also a high level of canopy and beautiful plants that has already been done here. There's an additional area here. I would recommend that you use this as like your laundry room. There's ventilation, there's plug points. You can just put in your washer cum dryer, then dedicate this area to clothes drying. The sun comes down. Beautiful space. You have a little bit of space right here for storage. You can keep your bicycles. And as you head in, this is like the dry kitchen zoning, and over at the back there's the wet kitchen with 2 huge barbecue pits right there. So of course the barbecue pits will be removed. In terms of fitting the fixtures, this is already all built in for wet and dry kind of segregation. You have an oven built in here, dishwasher space, induction cooker, top and bottom. Though this home is not like a modern built home within the last 5 years, but when you have that kind of land size in terms of price appreciation, we're talking about different kind of price behavior. Asking price right here based on 13.1 vis-a-vis 8934 square feet, that's about $1,466 per square foot for home at this current Cat A condition. But in terms of the internal style, this has been renovated before because the flooring, this is about 100 by 100 meters homogeneous tiles. Bathrooms, they're all fully renovated. So I'll actually move this to category 2 in a sense because you don't technically have to do anything to this home. You can just move in straight on. This is not a Cat 1 home that needs to be teared down and rebuilt. This belongs to a Cat 2 home. Just now as we're standing at the backyard zoning, there's still an additional helper's room with its own ensuite bathroom at the back, and that's not counted into the 6 bathrooms that we're talking about. So this is the granny room on level 1. If you have your elderly folks living together, they don't have to climb up the split level dining to get to the granny room, so that's an added benefit. They also have this beautiful view overlooking towards the backyard garden. So in terms of bathrooms, fully renovated, standing shower, wall tiles, flooring, great condition. Space, fantastic. This room actually is one of the smallest rooms. You can already fit in a huge queen, huge table with storage, and then the 2-door panel built-in wardrobe is already right there. This is the common bathroom that we have been talking about. So this is for common usage for anybody that's on level 1. Let's chat about the pricing first. If we look at the kind of segmentation based on detached homes, semi-Ds and terraces in the entire Singapore, landed supply is only fixed at about 73,000 landed homes in Singapore. So that's not going to increase because there's no brand new GLS land plot for government land sales. Even if there were to be any, most of it is given to a strata homes kind of status. If not, it will be given to 99 years kind of status. Most of the time, in terms of brand new developments, it's all being done by private developers who like to buy huge plots of land and then they will then amalgamate them into smaller plots for sale. And thus, we're always talking about 73 plus kind of landed supply. Now, if we look at further segregation, detached home only occupies about 10,000 odd landed supply in the entire Singapore. And then when you look at semi-Ds, there's about 22,000 in terms of population, and then of course the rest belongs to terraces. When we look at D5 on the zoom in level, 216 detached land plots right here, and then you have about 600 plus semi-detached land plots, followed by about 1,005 plus terraces. So technically speaking, D5 in terms of landed population is quite small in comparative to some of the larger districts. Only had about 2,300 plus landed properties. So if you are to own a landed plot, you are technically owning one of the rarest kind of landed status right here. So let's head up to level 2. You'll notice that these staircases are pretty nostalgic as well. Now we're heading up to this part here, which has been leveled up with brand new tiles, as well as this beautiful shelter over here. So that brings in permeate sunlight from the left and right zone. Right opposite me, if that direction is towards the family zoning with a huge outdoor balcony. This is the space that you can potentially build up your lift provision right here. Open up to this area that allows you to walk into your level 2 zoning. But of course, please bring along your architect as well as your builder to assess the accessibility of this. I'm going to show you the master room first. Master room fronts towards the north part. Huge, beautiful frontage right here at this direction. You're going to see that beautiful tree line as well as Sorrento right here. And I think there's just so much space that you can still have an additional dressing area right here. Walk-in wardrobe space, extremely huge his and hers bathroom with a long bath, standing shower, all almost like a new kind of renovation. So bathroom, wet works, they're all taken care of. Flooring wise, it's still belonging to the olden days parquet, which also brings back the heritage, but I think it's still good and usable. This is the second bedroom. So on level 2, all the 4 bedrooms are ensuite. Bathrooms are all great in size. This room has that corner facing to find. This is the third room. Also a very good sized room. Ensuite, as mentioned, bathroom conditions are all great. I need to let you have a look at this family area right here. Opens up to this huge patio. This is one of the very unique lane with 6 detached homes. There's no mixture of semi-Ds, no mixture of inter-terraces or corner terraces. Just have a look at the lane at the back. These are predominantly corner inter-terraces. Quite a rare sight. Beautiful brightness coming in from the front and back. And of course, north-south facing is the predominant facing, and that's very important because that brings in so much ventilation. Now, as we walk towards this room, beside the master, also fronting towards the north part, also pretty big. You're gonna see a little bit of a pool view right here. Your car porch is right below. Okay, so ensuite is over here. You have like a walk-in wardrobe area here as well on the left and right flank. Drum space, table space, king bed. I think this room is easily the size of some of the one-beders right now in today's context. The master room is easily the size of a lot of 2-bedroom units right now in some of the new launch condos. There's tons of spaces right here for you to utilize, and you can still go up to 3.5, just like that inter-terrace right there. There's about 3.5 story status. I think it's time to bring out our renderings just to have a feel of what it can potentially look like if you go up to 3.5 story. Of course, in terms of envelope theory kind of concept, you can go up to 15 meters. Some of the builders, they are getting very creative to create an additional mezzanine right there. So instead of 3.5, you can even go up to 4.5 story. Now, let's head down. Now, talking about price appreciation and behavior, land size is one of the key benefits because you're having a land size of 8,934 square feet. What this means is that at the current PSF level, 1,466 square feet, just having a look at what is happening even in D5, some of the brand new landed plots, they're already closing into about $2,000 per square foot for brand new. And then you look at D21, the Sunset area, you look at D10 as well. These zonings right there, they're all at the range of $2,000 plus $100 per square foot. What is going to happen is that every $100 per square foot jump for your property right here, that's going to amount to about $800 over $1,000 of quantum appreciation. So just by a $200 per square foot jump, 8,009 multiplied by that is already close to about $1.8 million of quantum appreciation. Just by sitting on the land, living here, letting your kids enjoy the space, that's a great store of value. And it's not just a store of value, it's a great appreciation factor for you to own. And this is a freehold land. You can keep it for a family and generations for years to come. Even if after 10 years you want to rebuild, you can do that as well. But right now, you don't really have to because it's beautiful. So if you want to have a look at this place, give a call to our listing managers. Their numbers are all right down below. You can also enjoy our home tour content at Property Lim Brothers on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well. My name is Melvin Lim, Property Lim Brothers. As always, happy to show the place. And meantime, take care. We'll see you soon. Stop. You're coming again?
Yeah.
No, you're banned.
Why?
You stay at home.
At home, ah?
No, in the office. No, you stay in the office with a slow computer to go through all the edits.